Social media is playing a bigger role than ever this election cycle.
One of the voices cutting through the misinformation and sticking to the facts, Sharon McMahon.
NBC5's political reporter Marianne Ahern talked with her this week on The Brief.
Transparent good government does not involve keeping fraudsters in your midst.
Her name is Sharon McMahon, but you may know her as Sharon Says So.
What happened when you pressed the red button?
Former government teacher, now the self-proclaimed governor, has more than 1 million followers on Instagram, plus TikTok, a YouTube page, a podcast, and a new book on the New York Times bestseller list. Her mission? Correcting misinformation. Why does it spread like wildfire?
When something terrible happens, humans naturally look for an explanation. That's how your brain works. You want to find an explanation for what it is. And when there isn't an explanation that satisfies you, often your brain will just fill in that information. So that's part of it. They're also being told by people with prominent mouthpieces that something is awry, and so they tend to listen to those voices that they trust.
One of the most popular reels on her page, breaking down the Electoral College. So I had to ask,
like in Illinois, why don't we matter?
Because of winner take all. The system has evolved to be winner take all, where whoever wins the popular vote in a state gets all of that state's electoral votes, with the exception of 2 states.
And the impact stretches past a seat in the Oval.
They get all of the attention, their issues get all of the focus, and then studies show that after the election, they get more federal money than states that are not battleground states, because the party in power wants to keep that state sort of in their pocket.
Let's look ahead to election night. McMahon says, prepare yourself for the waiting game.
Unless there is a very clear landslide of a winner where that person very obviously within the margins of error, outside the margins of error, that they have won the battleground states that they need to win, there is a possibility that we could know sooner than those couple of weeks. But if it's a repeat of 2020 where it comes down to 11,000 votes in one state and a few thousand votes in another, then I would expect a more protracted recount process where we're in within the 0.5% margins in most states, and they end up doing 2 or 3 different recounts to be sure.
In the days and weeks after Election Day, McMahon says keep your eyes on the courts.
There are already over 100 lawsuits in the works related to the election, and there's absolutely more that are on the desks of lawyers. They're just waiting to plug in the right details and waiting to file those.
Our thanks to Marianne Ahern for The Brief. And make sure you're prepared on Election Day. You can take an early look at your ballot right now. Just scan that QR code you see on your screen, so there are no surprises when you go to your polling location.
Some early voting already underway.
Yes.